So now I have taken, suppose I have taken the value L1 is equal to, I have taken the values 1, 2, comma 4, comma 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 4, comma 3. I want to find number of elements available in the list. I want to find number of elements available in the list. Then you have to use, which function you have to use? Length function. So print len of L1. Len of L1. That means you will get the output is 4. You will get the output is 4. Next, I want to find maximum value in the list. For example, print max of L1. Max of L1. What is the maximum value in the list? That is nothing but 4. Suppose I want to find minimum value in the list. So print minimum of L1. Minimum of L1. That means you will get the output is 1. Output is 1. So next one is sum. I want to add the elements in the list. I want to add the elements in the list. Then you have to use print sum of L1. Print sum of L1. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1. You will get the output is 10. Output is 10. So this is for finding number of elements in the list. This is for finding maximum element in the list. Maximum element in the list. And this is minimum element in the list. And this is for finding the sum of values in the list. You may get doubt, sir, your list is a collection of heterogeneous data items. Then how these functions will work? Suppose there is a string data type, how addition and sum will be done? So these three, max, min and sum, will be, if the elements are integers and float values, then only all these three will be done. If there is a string data type, you cannot find the maximum value and minimum value, it will give an error. Similarly, sum is also not available for string data type. Not available for string data type. If list consisting of string data type, suppose I am using a sum function, it will give an error. It will give an error. You cannot use sum function. Okay. So length can be used for any type of data because it is only count how many elements available in the list. Then that's why length can be used for any type of data. But max, min and sum can be used only for integer and float data types only. And next one is sorted, returns new sorted list, but the original list is not found. For example, here I have written print sorted of L1. Sorted of L1. So what is the output you will get? 1, 2, 3, 4 you will get the output. 4 will get the output. Suppose I am using print L1. What is the output you will get? 1, 2, 4, 3 you will get it only. Only sorted of L1 means what will happen? The list will be printed in sorted order, but the original elements in the list cannot be changed. Original elements in the list cannot be sorted. It is only same order only, but sorted of L1 means it will return the sorted list of elements of L1. Sorted list of elements of L1. That is the sorted function. And next one is list. It is used to return a list data structure. And range can also be used along with the list function. These two you will see here. Here you see print list. See here print is a function and here you see list is a function. List is again a function. That means it will return empty list. It will return a empty list. See print list of, here also I am passing empty list as an argument for list function. For list function what you are passing? Empty square brackets you are passing. Then also you will get only empty list, you will get the output. Suppose print list of B, month, and. So this is also a list. This is also a list. So you will get the output is same list, you will get the output. Same list, you will get the output. Suppose here you see another example, A equal to B double E. A equal to B double E. Now print list of A. Print list of A. Here A is nothing but here is a sequence. A is nothing but here a sequence. Whenever there is sequence, it will be converted into each element. B will be is one element and E is another element, E is another element. So it will take 3 elements. List with consisting of 3 elements. So like this it will be converted. Here you see this is the another example. So here you see A equal to I is 1. This is nothing but a tuple. This is nothing but a tuple. So tuple I am taking as A and print list of A. That means I want to convert tuple into a list. I want to convert tuple into a list. Then you have to use print list of A. So list of A means this all these tuple consisting of how many elements here? 4 elements. Tuple will be represented by using this bracket left and right parentheses, but list will be represented by using square brackets. So each element of a tuple will be converted into each element in the list. So A is one element, M is another element, A is another element, so I is another element, M is another element, A is another element, tuple is another element. So in the list only. So suppose here I have taken as a set. I want to take as a set. Print list of A. That means I want to convert set into a list. Each element in the set will be converted to each element in the list. This is nothing but tuple. Set will be represented by using curly open and close brackets. For representing a set. So set will be converted into a list. Okay, these are the list function is used to convert the given tuple or a set or a sequence into a list data structure. And next one is here you see print list of range of 10. See here you see range of 10. Range function we already know it is having starting value and ending value. If you don't specify the starting value, the ending value always starting value starts with 0. Starting value if you don't specify always starts with 0 and end value is 10 means 10 minus 1. That means it will take the value 9. That means starting with 0, ending with 9. So range of 10 means 0 to 9 values. I am converting those values into a list. That's why 0 to 9 elements will get in the list. Here you see print list of range of 1, 11. So that means starting element is 1 and ending element is 11. 11 minus 1 means 10. That means it will take the values 1 to 10. Range of 1 to 11 means end minus 1 means 11 minus 1, 1 to 10 values will be taken. Those values will be converted into a list. And next one is print list of range of 51, 56. That means starting value is 51, ending value is 56 minus, that means 56 minus 1, 55. So 51 to 55 you will get the list as an output. Similarly print list of range of, here you see another example 1 to 11, 1, 11, 2. So starting value is 1, ending value is 11. That is nothing but n minus 1. It will take the value 11 minus 1 means 10 and step value is 2 here. In the previous example, there is no step value. That means automatically it increments the value 1. But here step value is 2. That means increment will be done by 2. So first element is 1. And next element is 1 plus 2. Increment value 2 means that will get the value 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9 you will get the output. That means 1 to 9 you will get as a list data structure. So these are the list function and range function. Range function we are using in list data structure. List function. Range function we are using in a list function. So this is the example. And next one is what are the methods in list data structure? What are the methods available in list data structure? The first one is append. The first method is append method. Append method will add element to the list. We have to give the element here, the element or object that will be add to the list. And next one is clear. That means if you want to remove all elements in the list, then you have to use clear method you have to use. Next one is copy. If I want to copy one list into another list, then you have to go for copy method. And next one is a count. That means I want to count how many elements available in the list data structure. Suppose I will give the one element, that element consisting of how many times in the list data structure can be done by using count function. Extend means suppose I want to combine two lists, that can be done by using extend function. And index function, that means if you want to know the index of the, I will give the object value, what is the index of that object can be written by using index function. And insert function can also be, I want to add an element by a particular position. I want to add element to a list data structure, then you have to use insert function. And next one is pop function. I want to remove an element from the list, then you have to use pop function. And remove is also to remove an element from the list data. What is the difference? We will see here. One by one we will see. And next one is reverse order of the list. Suppose I want to print the list in reverse order, then you have to use the reverse function. Suppose I want to sort the elements in the list, then you have to use sort method. So all these methods we will see one by one here. So the first three methods are nothing but append. Is appends or adds an element to the end of the list. It adds element to the end of the list. So the syntax is list dot append of object. List dot append of object. And next one is extend. That means if you want to combine two lists, can be done by using extend function. And insert, I want to insert an element at a particular position, then you have to go for insert function. See, first we will see, suppose L1 I have taken (10,20). I have taken L1 with values 10,20. Now I want to add an element to the list. I want to add an element to the list. Then you have to use append function. Simply you have to use L1 dot append. L1 dot append of 30. L1 dot append of 30. Suppose I will print L1. Print L1. Then you will get the output 10, 20, 30. You will get that. So it will add element to the end of the list. So already list consisting of two elements 10, 20. Now I want to add another element. L1 dot append means 30 will be added at the end of the list. So this is the first one. Second one is extend. That means suppose I want to combine two lists. This is list 1 and this is list 2. I want to combine these two lists. That can be done by using extend function. So here you see L1 equal to 10, 20. L2 equal to 30, 40. 30, 40. Now I want to add L2 to L1. So L1 dot extend of L2. L1 dot extend of L2. Suppose I will write print L1. Print L1. So what is the output you will get? 10, 20, 30, 40 you will get the output. That means I want to extend L2 to L1. So L1 dot extend of L2 means you will get the value 10, 20, 30. Suppose I have written L2 dot extend of L1. Then you will get the output 30, 40, 10, 20 you will get the output. Suppose you can also write like this also. Suppose L1 is the values, now 4 values. Now L1 dot extend of 50, 60. Then print L1. Suppose I have written print L1. What is the output you will get? You will get the value 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 you will get the output. 50 and 60 you will get the output. Suppose I have written like this. For example, I have written L1 dot extend of 70. What will happen here? Suppose I have written L1 dot extend of 70. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. Whenever you will give extend of 70 means you will get the output is error. Because the argument must be a list. Argument must be a list. But you have given here list or any sequence. You can also give the set also you can give. And also you can give the string also you can give. But you cannot give integer value. You cannot give a integer value. Whenever you give integer value, extend function will return error. Extend function will return a error. Simply you have to use a list or a tuple or a set, anything can be, or a string, anything can be, we can give here, but we cannot give integer value and float value. Those are not allowed here. So this is the extend function. So extend will combine two lists. Append will add only single element, but extend will add two or more elements to a list data structure. So next one is a insert function. Insert function. Now I want to insert an element to a specified position. Here you see at the end it will be added. Here also extend also will be add elements at the end only. I don't want to add elements at the end. I want to add elements a particular position. Then you have to go for insert function. Suppose I have written L1 equal to 10, 20, 30. Now I want to insert a new element at a particular position. Then you have to use L1 dot insert. Insert function. How many arguments are here? 2 arguments, index position and object. I want to insert at 0th position. Which objects you want to insert? Suppose I want to insert 5. So then, suppose I have written print L1. What is the output you will get? You will get the output 5, 10, 20, 30 you will get the output. So at 0 position we have inserted an element 5. That means using insert function, particular position, not only 0 position, we can also insert first position, we can also insert second position, whichever position you want, you can insert an element by using insert function. What is the difference between these 3 functions? Append will add element at the end of the list, only single element it will add. And extend function, it will combine 2 or more lists by using extend function. Suppose you want to add 2 or more elements as a list, then you have to go for extend function. And insert function, if you want to add an element, a particular position, then you have to go for insert function. And next one is all these three functions are, all these 3 methods are inserting an element. Whenever I want to delete an element, these are the methods available in list data structure. One is del function. Del is used to So next 3 methods are, if you want to remove an element from list data structure, these are the 3 methods are available. One is del method to delete an element, and next one is a pop. It is also remove an element, and next one is remove. Remove an element from the list data structure. What is the difference between del, pop and remove? So we'll see one by one here. So del is a method to remove an item, element at specified index. A specified index, if you can remove an element, here you see the syntax is del. The syntax is here del list of index. A particular index, go to the particular index, the element will be removed by using del function. For example, I have taken L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30. Now I want to delete the first position element, then you have to use del. Next one is a list. List is nothing but here L1 of index. What is the index value I want to delete? 0. Index value is 0. Here you see we had to use these brackets. List 1 of 0. Then suppose I will print L1. What is the output you will get? You will get the value 20, 30. So this is the del function to delete a particular element by using index. But it won't return the deleted element. Suppose I want to know the deleted element, then we have to go for pop function. It removes the element by using index, but also it returns the deleted element. In the case of del, it won't return the deleted element. That is the difference between del and pop function. For example, I have taken here L1 equal to 10, 20, 30. Now I want to delete particular, suppose L1 dot pop of 2. This is 0, 1, 2. Second index. What is the second index value? 30. So you can also here k equal to, you can write here k equal to L1 dot pop of 2. Now print k, then you'll get the value 30. Then get the value 30. Suppose I will write print L1. What is the output you'll get here? You'll get the value 10, 20. You get the value 10, 20, and the popped element is also returned to the element, returned to the variable k. Print k means the popped element will be deleted, popped element will be displayed. That is nothing but 30 in this case. But here del will not return the deleted element, but pop will return the deleted element. That is the difference between del and pop function. And next one is here del and pop functions are deleted by using index values. Now I don't want to delete by using index value. I want to delete by using an element. Then you have to go for a remove function. So suppose I have written L1 equal to 10, 20, 30. Now I want to remove 20. Simply have to write L1 dot remove 20. Then 20 will be deleted. Suppose I have written print L1. What is the output you'll get? You'll get the value 10, 30. 10, 30, you'll get the output. Suppose you have given the element that is not available in the list, then you will get an error. Here also, suppose the index is not available, then also you will get an error. So these are the, to remove an element in the list data structure, these are the three functions available in list data structure. And next one is a index. It returns the lowest index of the object in the list. Suppose I want to know the index of a particular object, then you have to go for index function, index method. And next one is a count. I want to know how many times the element is exist in the list, because list allows duplicate values. Suppose I want to know the particular element is how many times it exists in the list. That can be done by using the count function. And next one is a clear. Suppose I want to remove all the elements in the list, then I have to go for clear function. And reverse is I want to print the list in reverse order, then I have to go for reverse function. For example, suppose first one you see index. Suppose I have taken L1 is equal to I have taken 10, 20, 30 I have taken. Now I want to return the lowest index of the object in the list. For example, print L1 dot index of 30. L1 dot index of 30. What is the index of 30? You'll get the output is 0, 1, 2. You'll get the output is 2. Suppose next example is a count method. Suppose L1 equal to I have written 10, 20, 30, 10, 10. Now I want to count. For example, print L1 dot count of 10. L1 dot count of 10. That means I want to know 10 will exist how many times. So 10 is exist how many times in the list L1? It is 3 times. That's why you'll get the output is 3. And next one is a clear function. Same function I am using here. Suppose I want to clear all the elements in the list. What you have to do, simply you have to print L1 dot clear. L1 dot clear function. Suppose I am using, what is the output you'll get? You'll get the empty list, you'll get the output. You'll get the empty list, you'll get the output. That means all the elements in the list will be cleared. And next one is a reverse. That means if you want to print the elements in reverse order, suppose you take the L1 here, I want to print the elements in reverse order, simply have to use print L1 dot reverse. L1 dot reverse function I am using. What is the output you'll get? You'll get the value 30, 20, 10. 30, 20, 10 you'll get the output for this example. For example, I have taken L1 equal 10, 20, 30. Suppose I write print L1 dot reverse, you'll get the output is 30, 20, 10. List will be reversed by using reverse function. And clear is used to clear the elements in the list, and count is to know the how many times the object is exist in the list. And index is if you want to know the particular position of a index of a particular object can be retrieved by using index function. And next one is a copy function. So copy function here is a little bit critical, listen carefully, and for it returns the copy of the new list. So here you see, for example, I have taken L1 equal to 10 comma 20. Suppose I have taken L1 equal to 10 comma 20. Suppose I have written L2 equal to L1. L2 equal to, sorry. Suppose I have taken L1 is equal to 10 comma 20. Suppose I have taken L2 equal to L1. L2 equal to L1. So what is happened here? So 10 comma 20 list will be created in the memory, and L1 is pointing to 10 comma 20. L2 equal to L1 means L2 is also pointing to same location. That means the address of L1 and L2 are same. The address of L1 and L2 are same. That's why if you modify L1, L2 will be modified automatically. Suppose if you modify L2, L1 also will be modified automatically. For example, I have written L2 of 1 equal to 30. L2 of 1 equal to 30. Now I will print L1. Print L1. What is the output you will get? You will get the output 10 comma 30. You will get the output 10 comma 30, because it is updated in the database to 30. Suppose I print L1, L1 is pointing to 10 comma 30, that will get the output is 10 comma 30. So this is nothing but assignment operator, that means copy. Assignment means what will happen, you already know. A simple example we already know, A equal to 10, B equal to 10, what will happen? The Python 10 object will be created in the memory. A is pointing to 10 and B is also pointing to 10. You can also write B equal to A. B equal to A, both are pointing to same location. Same concept you apply for L2 equal to L1. Suppose I don't want to copy L1 into L2. I want to create a new list. I want to create. Then you have to go for copy function. Suppose I have taken L1 equal to 10 comma 20. Now L2 equal to L1 dot copy. L1 dot copy. Then what will happen? So L1 is a 10 comma 20. L1 is pointing to that location, and 10 comma 20 another location will be created, and L2 is pointing to this location. So what will happen here? L1 is referring to one location, L2 is referring to different location. Suppose you modify L2, that will not apply for L1. Suppose I have modified L2 of 1 equal to 30 I have written. Suppose I will print L1. Print L1, you will get the output 10 comma 20 only. 10 comma 20 only. So that is so copy, what this method will do, it will create a new list will be created, and new list will pointing to different location than L1. Different location than L1. So this is the example of copy function. And next one is a sort function. For example, I have taken L1 equal to 40 comma 20 comma 30 comma 10. Now I want to sort the elements in the list. Then what you have to use? You have to use sort function. Suppose L1 dot sort. Suppose L2 equal to L1 dot sort. Suppose I have taken print L2. Print L2 means you will get the output 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 you will get the output. 40 will get the output. And also L1 will contain 10, 20, 30 and 40. So this is the example of sort function. Sorted is another function we have seen in the previous example, but here is a sort method. That is sorted is a function, sort is a method. So sorted is a function. Suppose you are using a sorted function, you won't get the output in the sorted order. You will get the output in sorted order, but original list will not be sorted order, is not available. But here the original list also will be changed. If you use a sort method, the original list also will get the output. Suppose I have taken print of L1, print of L1, you will get the output 10, 20, 30, 40, you will get the output. So original list also will be changed using sort function. So this is the example of a sort function. And next, what are the key points here? Insert, remove and sort methods, it only modify the list, but it won't return any value. Insert function will not return any value, remove function will not return any value, sort function also won't return any value. That's why print L1 dot insert of 2, 250, insert is used to insert an element a particular position. Suppose I have inserted, what this function will return? It won't return any value, that's will get the output is none. That's will get the output is none. Suppose write a Python program to delete items using empty list. I want to delete elements in the list by using empty list. How this can be done? Suppose I have taken list equal to program. Each individual elements I have taken. Now list of 2, 5. 2 colon 5 I am putting is empty list. That means those elements I want to delete. From 2 to 5. So the 0, 1, 2. 2 means, from 2 means the position is here. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. That means these 4 elements will be removed. So print list means you will get only P, R, A, M. P, R, A, M. Because here 5 means 5 minus 1, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only these 3 will be removed by using empty list, and remaining elements will get the output. Remaining elements are P, R, A, M. P, R, A, M will get the output. So you can delete the elements in the list by using empty list. And last topic is nested list. That means in a single list data structure we can also use another list, then it is called nested list. We can also know list is a collection of different data types. That's why in a list data structure we can also use another list, tuple, and also we can use sequence and string. Anything can be used. For example, here you see list 1. Suppose here you see list 1 consisting of, this is the element 1, element 2, element 3, element 4, element 5 elements we have taken. Here is a integer value, this is string value, this is string value, this is another list. This is called nested list. This is called another list. And this is a floating point value. So one list data structure we are using another list, then it is called nested list. Suppose I want to print the elements. So I equal to 0 while I is less than equal to length of list 1. Print I means what is the output you will get? First you will get the 1. Next you will get the A. Next you will get the A, B, C. Next you will get the list 2, 3, 4, 5. Next you will get the 8.9. This is the output you will get it here. And this can also be written by using for loop also. This can while loop, instead of while loop we can also use a for loop. Suppose you have taken nested list. This is list 1, this is list 2, list 3. In a single list we are using 3 lists again. This is also called nested list. For I in range, length of x. Length of x means x consisting of how many elements? This is element 1, element 2, element 3. 3 elements. So for I means first element we are taking range length of x of I. X of I means again this is the length of the x of I. What is the length of x of I means here 3. So I is initially 0. This is nothing but 3. 0 to 2. Print 0, 0. 0, 0 means what is the output you will get? 10. Next 0, 1, 20. 0, 2, 30 you will get the output. Next I will become 2. This is 0, 1, 2. I will become 2 here. Again x of I. This is the again the value is 3. So again you will get the value 40, 50, 60. Next I will become 2 and x of I means again you will get the value 3. X of I means length of x of I means you will get the value again 3. So I means the first element will be 70. In the 2 position, in 0th position, 2 0. 2 0 what is the value? 70. Next to 2 1 means 80. 2 2 means 90. You will get the output. So in matrix form if you want to print, we can use nested list data structures. Thank you.